Hello and welcome to the Bad Gamer Good Nerd podcast. It is the first episode. I am the host, Steve Wisey, here with the two lovely co-founders of this program. We have Sam and Kate. Hello, how are you?
Hi. Good.
Good.
He called us lovely.
I did call you lovely. Like, I mean, what else would you like to be called? It's your thing.
Lovely's
like, what
perfect.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Good. All right, that works.
We'll
then.
keep.
So you guys recruited me to do the podcast for this. So if you can kind of explain, like, what is Bad Gamer Good Nerd? What is this thing that we are starting and doing?
Kate?
So
Yeah.
when I started content creation about a year and a half ago, it was kind of my catchphrase because I consider myself a bad gamer, but a good nerd at heart. And it was something that I always just not only loved the sound of, but just felt like it was meant to be something. As I grew in content creation, I realized the need for community, the need for a safe space was huge. And then along the way, I met Sam. And this year, I realized that I want to pursue things that bring a lot of joy back into people's lives and have that support after the last 2 years and the continualness of COVID. I feel like just people need community. And so I asked if Sam was interested, and she said, hell yeah. And
Yeah.
we decided to venture and create basically a space that was a safe space for anybody and everybody across all fandoms. And that is Bad Gamer Good Nerd. And then, yeah, I'll let Sam speak on how you came about.
Yeah. I mean, so Kate and I worked together through an agency. And then we pretty much just continued talking after that. And then when she came to me and asked if I wanted to be a part of this journey, I was like, yeah, absolutely. This sounds awesome. As someone who's been in content creation for the past 10 years on and off, something that's always stuck with me is my community and how fantastic they've been. Literally, like, some people have been in there for 10 years, which is crazy to think about. And those people I consider my friends, right? And when Kate approached me about it, it was like, yeah, I want people to have that same feeling in a community of their own. And so we got to it, and then Steve showed interest, and I said, oh my gosh, I hope we can find something for him. And he said podcast, and I said, okay, we're in.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, like, I've always been in content creation, but it's more of like the support roles for it. Like, I was in radio, hence the podcasting thing. I was in radio for like 5 years. So like, I was always like doing audio editing, and like, I was like a background laughter on the radio shows that I was on, because I sounded different from other people. So they're like, okay, cool, come laugh in this room. And I'm like, great. That's a great job. And then now with like esports and gaming, like, I help, I work for an agency and work with our clients to find content creators to work with our brands to be in esports and gaming. And then like me be like finding myself in this space, like staying connected with the communities helps me do my job. So like, like if I'm in your groups and like seeing your content and stuff, like it's, yes, I love what you're doing, but at the end of the day too, it's also a lot of research as well. Cause I'm like, oh, if your community is good and your numbers are great, like brands are going to want to work with you. So like, that's where I am in this space. And then I do, I got all the fancy stuff, and I do craft beer video. So I just felt like I'm a nerd, and like, I like video games and all the stuff behind me. So I want to do stuff. So
Yeah, I'm very happy that you joined on. So welcome.
awesome. I'm happy as well. And like, for this, like, where do you guys see this going? So like, we have a podcast, we're doing this, and then Kate, you are doing YouTube stuff. What is that going to be like?
For sure. So starting out, we're doing a React series. I'm jumping into the anime world. It's something I know nothing about, and I thought it'd be really fun. I know there's amazing anime out there, not just story, but visual, music, and it's something that I wanted to jump into. I personally am a fan of React. I watch so many different React series, and I was like, I want to make stuff that I also enjoy. Because I feel like you can be a lot more passionate about it if it's something you actually like. um, but I want to expand. I kind of have joked with my husband that I would love for the YouTube space to be like a nerd BuzzFeed, where no matter the content you're looking for, you could come to Bad Gamer Good Nerd and you could find it. So always on the lookout for either people that are interested in joining or just linking up with people that want to take part, whether that's podcast or another React or whatever, or Let's Play. There's just so many different options. And I would love to kind of dip our toes in whatever comes up that feels right.
Awesome. And then Sam, now you are doing the live stream stuff. So what are we looking for there?
Literally anyone and everyone just come to me. I have numbers that I need to hit, and like all that aside, I am taking over the Twitch side of Bad Gamer Good Nerd. There are no numbers to hit, thank God. What I look for, or will be looking for, is community. I think Twitch can be very helpful when looking for a community, right? You become a regular in a channel. People start saying hi to you. Suddenly you are having conversations with these people, like they're your friends. You join their Discord, etc. Like that community then becomes a part of your life. And I want to bring in people who have that sense of community, or who want to build that sense of community. And that's really it. Like, are you wholesome? Great. Are you shitty at games? Great. Are you a nice person? Even better. Like, at the end of the day, like, I would like to build a team of people who want to bring people in and like who want to give people a home.
Yeah. It's just being nice to everybody in the space and like share your knowledge and share your warmth. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Within reason. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think sharing knowledge and sharing passion is really important. And like, I get to do that a lot with like my work and sharing, education a lot of like, hey, well, this is what this space is. And like the community, like you get into the community right and you stay in long term, like it just rewards you tenfold and everything. Cause half the time though, like the people that I watch on stream, like I could care less what game they're playing. I'm watching for them because they're funny and I want to hang out. Like that's my entertainment. So it makes sense.
I do that every day.
Yeah.
You want to know how many hours of Tarkov I've watched? A lot. Do you want to know? I don't know anything that's going on. I'll be honest. I have no idea.
That game looks like, I like first person shooter games, but that game just looks like I'm going to have a heart attack if I play it because like I can't tell who's a good guy, who's a bad guy, who I'm supposed to be shooting at. No. Like just grabbing stuff. People are running around. I'm like, this is like too intense for me. Yeah.
Shoot everything.
Yes. That always works. I'm more, like gaming wise right now, like anything that I can play on my phone, tablet is very good right now because of like kids and wandering around, but like super obsessed with like Teamfight Tactics. So like, I'm sure that will be on streams. I know Sam plays that a lot as well. And then other random games, like, I don't know, League of Legends probably because I should play a game. So but we will see. And then from the podcasting side, we're just going to really like, if you want to come talk, let's come talk. If you're in the gaming space, you're in the nerd space, you want to talk about a tournament you're doing, your content creation, your process, or, like come in and pitch your company. Like we're open to whatever anybody really wants to talk about. We just want to, talk about the space and like whether it, we get more, you know, having podcasts that are specific to like, you know, if we want to do anime or specific video games or specific comic books, you know, talking about like how you can get into esports and gaming, just do it. There's the pitch right there. Just get into it.
Just do it.
Really, that's it. Just start.
We should take that slogan.
Yeah, I
don't
know.
think anybody has
I
it.
think it's really good. And I'm thinking just a nice swoosh with things. It'll be
Oh
just
my
like
God,
almost a
that would
check
just-
mark.
it
Yeah.
looks like a check mark. It's
That'd be
great.
so good.
But yeah, it's a lot. I feel like it's a lot easier than people think. Like everybody's like, oh, I have to have all these cameras and stuff and to do. No, you have your phone, just start, press record and go and talk about gaming and talk about what you're happy about. That's really what it is. So
Yeah. Be
and
your
then,
genuine self.
and then
Just do
where,
things.
I guess for us, like what I think one question I love to ask people is, what was your moment that you're like, oh, I'm a gamer, or I associate with nerd culture? Like, what was that moment, if you can think about it?
Kate, you go first.
Oh gosh, this is hard. I mean, I started playing N64 when it came out,
Mhm.
and I feel like that became my life. Like it was an escape, but not in like an unhealthy way. It was like just everything I look forward to was sitting down with, it was my brother, my older brother, and we would just game. And that's also where my anxiety started in life. Playing GoldenEye with my brother. But
Slappers only.
yeah. I think I've just always been in love with like fantasy, magical, just your imagination as a whole. And so that really does fall into like nerd fandom, because we're constantly creating worlds and acting our characters and fighting for different causes. And I love all of that. So I don't know if there was a pinpoint point. I feel like it's just always been there.
Nice.
So I don't think I ever felt like I was in the nerd crowd
Mhm.
for a long time. Probably within the past like couple of years, I've finally been like, you know what? Maybe that does fit me. But I remember in high school, I got suspended. Okay. But
Uh-oh.
the good news is my
Oh, shame.
Xbox came the following week. And so I stayed up until stupid hours of the night playing like Skyrim, Black Ops 2, played a lot of Left 4 Dead 2. And it would be to the point where like my dad would be getting up for work
Uh-oh.
and I would still be playing. Yeah. And I'm like, oh God. So I think that's where it started, really. I mean, I played video games up until that point. But I never sunk so much time into something as I did with Skyrim. Like that was really the first time that I had ever been really into a game. That's probably the first time I ever beat a game, actually.
Can you beat Skyrim? Like, I know,
Yes.
like, I mean, people have like thousands and thousands of hours in that game, and like my bad gamer thing, I've never played Skyrim. Like, I'm too afraid at this point to play it. Like,
I'm so sorry, Sam.
like I know I think I have, but I don't think I've like ever like sunk in like just like tons of time with it and like downloaded like hundreds of mods for it. But I love watching people play it, but I don't think I've actually like, I've played it, but I probably haven't beaten it or like put in the time enough that I remember stuff. Like I know all the memes and stuff, you know, but not.
Yeah, arrow to the knees.
Yeah, exactly. Like I know
Yeah.
that stuff. Cause like, I feel like in culture, like in gaming culture, that's just in there. Like it's one of those things where you don't even have to know or play the game to know that that's like a thing from Skyrim.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely like an end game, but it's one of those things where you can do all of the side quests if you want, and then there are like side quests that just keep going.
Yeah.
And like on the save that I had on my Xbox, I had beat the game, and then I had gone to do a side quest where you find like 30 mushrooms in a magical cave, right?
Traditional, go find A, bring back
As
to B.
usual.
Yeah, like World of
Yep.
Warcraft, all that stuff. Yep.
And I literally got stuck walking around in circles in the cave because I couldn't find like the last one. And then I never played it again. So
Just that guy just
You know.
waiting for 30 mushrooms still in that game.
never. It's been 10 years. You are not getting them, sir. I'm so sorry.
I think for me, for my first like gaming moment, it was when Final Fantasy VII came out on PlayStation. That was the first like video game that I remember like obsessing about, like getting, you know, because at that point it was, you know, there really wasn't the internet that much. So like you're getting the guidebooks and you're trying to figure it out. And I remember like I didn't have a PlayStation, but I bought a memory card and I went to my buddy's house to play it until I got a PlayStation and then got the game.
Wow.
But like, you know, I had every like max level, every character, all the items. I'm like, you know, breeding all the chocobos so you can have the gold one to do all the stuff. And like that, I think for me, like that was like the biggest, like, oh, I love video games and this like completionist thing. And then Star Wars, there was a Star Wars MMO that came out, Star Wars Galaxies. And that game was just a time suck. Like I remember like I had a, like, cause it wasn't like World of Warcraft or any of the other MMOs now where it's like PvP and doing stuff. Like you could go and like have business, you could have a business and like you could make cities and all this stuff. And I remember I never did like PvP or combat really. I was just like, I'm in Star Wars building robots and like having like people who worked for me in the game. And then a few of my buddies got me hooked on World of Warcraft and
owner.
Yeah. Like, yes, I'm just a very small business owner on Tatooine, you know? But I know like a couple of my friends got me like hooked really bad on like World of Warcraft. And I was like scheduling college classes around raid schedules. And I'm like, I'm out. I got a problem. I've been clean. I've been clean for a long time now. So,
oh boy.
But yeah, like, I get the, yeah, I'll get the itch to play like every new expansion that comes out, but I like try not to. I just
I've
can't
never
anymore.
played World of Warcraft.
Me neither.
Good. Don't. It's like if you have, the thing is though, is like those mushrooms, like go find 30 mushrooms.
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
is World of Warcraft. Like
Yeah.
that's still there, but
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know. I like, there's new game, like New World that Amazon did. Like that was fun for until it just broke.
Tanked.
But like, it's
but
still
Lost Ark. Are you going to play that?
probably. Yeah.
Okay. I think I will also play it. Kate, you also have to play it now.
I guess, yeah.
Play through.
I said it was going to be my my time suck until the Riot MMO came out. So
Which I mean, I'm super excited because Riot's doing the fighting game with all the League of Legends characters, and I think that's going to be like super amazing in the way that they're structuring servers so you can play online with people is going to be great. But like, you have this rich story where they've never really done anything, and then they released Arcane on Netflix, which was just like, if you have not watched, I cannot recommend more. It's so good. Even if you're not a League of Legends fan, like just sit down and binge it.
Maybe I'll watch it tonight.
You should. It's only like six or 8 episodes, so it's not hard to watch, but it's
9 episodes.
9?
Who needs sleep?
It's a set of 3. Yeah.
I should know that. I work
That's
with
okay.
them, so I do know that.
6 or 8.
But yeah, I think like an MMO with that space, like it's because you can take every game like that they've built and put it into the MMO. Like you really could. Like you could, you know, you could have Runeterra, you know, Legends of Runeterra and play the card game within the MMO. You could play TFT in the game. Like, I hate using these words, but they really could create a metaverse within this MMO of all their other little games. So
literally inject it into my veins. I will schedule time off of work to play that.
Yeah. I was always one of those people when World of Warcraft came out, I was like, like I was always more of a StarCraft fan, and I was like, well,
Okay.
where's the StarCraft MMO? Like I want space. Like that's it. I think that's really what it is for me with MMOs. I want space and like future stuff, not like medieval and like that type of thing. I think that's really
I would
where,
totally jump on that.
Yeah. It's like I felt like the lore and background of StarCraft was just as rich as Warcraft was, and I was like, why not have spaceships and stuff, and you know you fight Zerg and all that stuff. So, but no, we're on the other side.
You just have to play StarCraft and StarCraft 2 for the rest of your life.
I played StarCraft 2 for a little, just for like a little bit, but like, like we played when I was in like high school, we did LAN parties and we did StarCraft, like Brood War a lot. And, until the invention of, high speed internet in the little town that I lived in. So it was nice for a while. And then it was just like, oh, everybody's got the internet. Let's go play these, play World of Warcraft now and play all the other stuff. So, but, oh man, there was one other question I had top of mind. Like you touched on it, saying like what games you're looking forward to. What nerd show or like movie, comic books are you looking forward to in the near future?
Well, I am a big Destiny fan, and so Witch Queen comes out next month, so that's going to be huge, and I'm very excited for that. I mean, I am also a big Harry Potter fan, and so I'm excited for the next one to come in the series for movies, but outside of that, I have shockingly been really loving Halo. And I've never been really into first-person shooters. Like, I just started Destiny last year. I am new to even that world. So yeah, I've surprised myself by loving Halo, and I've lost a lot of time the last month playing it. But I'm excited for that to become, like, the campaign to become multiplayer, because I really want to play it with some friends, because I'm not a big fan of solo campaigns. To me, it's just not fun. I like the community aspect and laughing with people. That's a big thing for me. I'll laugh by myself, but then I just look crazy. So
yeah, I do think, like having like playing Destiny, like I feel like it gave you the vibe of Halo for a bit, and it gives you the sense of community. But yeah, like I would have really loved to have it just so you could like jump into Halo immediately and just have all of your friends with you playing it. So I think that would be fun, because it is semi open world, so like it makes sense and it would work. But
no, totally. So. No, for sure. I look forward to that. But other than that, I think I'm excited for this and for Bad Gamer Good Nerd and what will come of it. And so I haven't put too much into other stuff because I'm excited for this. So I'm kind of just living the now right now.
Great. And speaking of the now, where can everybody find us on all of our socials and all that stuff?
All the usuals, Instagram, Twitter. We just started our TikTok. We're also on Hover, which definitely is a cool app if you haven't checked it out. And am I missing anywhere?
Twitch. We're there too.
Oh yeah, Twitch and YouTube, of course.
Yes, we do have other places.
Yes.
But yeah, and you can always find most up-to-date information will always be on Twitter.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And then for the podcast, we're going to be on YouTube, and then I'm going to figure out where else it will live, but it will be, if you just want to watch the audio version or listen to the audio version, you can find it in podcast, where you listen to those, and then YouTube if you want to see all of our faces and things like that. If you've got any questions, comments, badgamergoodnerd@gmail.com. You can email us questions if you want to come on the show. Email us.
Always leave comments down below on YouTube.
Exactly. Like, subscribe, notification bell, all those things, thumbs up, share it with your friends. But this is going to do it for the first episode of the Bad Gamer Good Nerd podcast. Kate, Sam, thank you guys so much for putting this all together and launching it, bringing everyone together. And I can't wait to see what this transforms into.
Likewise. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.